Hello, and your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to enjoy this episode of A Slice of Fried Gold.
Sad, sad little man.
Hey, look, you were doing the joke intros for a bit, I'm going to do the joke intros for a bit, okay? I feel like that was very on point for today.
I feel like you thought about that a couple of days ago and you're like,
No,
oh my
I
God.
literally thought of it as we exited.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay?
Right, carry on.
That was improv.
What is my mission?
Your mission is to like this video, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell, and if you're listening to this message on Spotify, give us a 5-star review. By the end of this video, it will self-destruct.
Oh, no, you could have done better there.
What?
This video will be deleted in 5 seconds.
Probably.
I mean,
once YouTube gets hold of it.
If we were popular enough to be monetized, it could be, this video will be demonetized in 5 seconds. Fuck!
But unfortunately, when we don't earn anything from this, we can't get money.
No, exactly.
But that all being said, Ben, how are you?
Yeah, so, of course, last we met,
Yes.
I was still on annual leave.
Yes.
And something went wrong in my body clock.
Yes, it did, yes. I remember.
I had there was just one night where I had 2 hours sleep and I just couldn't sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And then that just kind of snowballed. So I was effectively passing out during the day. Because I was on holiday, I didn't have to get up for anything.
Yeah.
So I'd be sitting there in my living room and I was basically passing out. So I was like, right, because I had to, fuckingly enough, go back to work for the Friday before the weekend.
Yeah.
So I was like, right, in order to make it so I do not fall asleep, I'm going to go to London.
Yes, you did.
Because I can't fall asleep
Yeah.
if I'm in London. I mean, I could have, but it's harder.
Yeah.
If you get me.
Of course.
And so I decided to try and last minute go see Richard II starring Jonathan Bailey.
And you did.
And I did. And it was very good.
Yes.
He is a spitter.
And you loved it.
Well, just, because I did the lottery rush tickets, and so I can't guarantee where I'm sitting. And then when I did it, and then it was A59, I was like, shit. I'm right at the front. And I was like, oh, 59. I'm going to be right over the side, though. Didn't realise it was theatre in the round.
Oh,
So
right,
for the people who didn't study drama at school, theatre in the round is basically where you have audience on all 4 sides. So even though my ticket said A59, I was not over there at the end. I was dead centre on the length.
Oh, wow.
So I was literally...
Yeah, there.
Centre court Wimbledon.
Damn.
Yes! It was... oh my God, the best. It was probably, the reason it was probably free is because they probably wanted 200, 300 quid for it.
Yeah.
And no one's stupid enough to pay those prices.
Wow.
So I got it for 30 quid. Damn. Not even that, I got it for 29 quid.
Wow.
It was funny to see all the girls who you knew were not there for Richard II or Shakespeare. They were there purely for Jonathan Bailey.
Yes.
Because there was literally a queue for people to take photos with the poster.
Oh my
And the queue was all girls.
Yes.
And it was oh, you realise I've got more of a chance than you do, love.
I know, it's hilarious.
But yeah, he was a great actor, well done. My slight critique is, I don't know how well you know what Richard II.
Well, I did know it. From what I remember of it is not a lot.
Okay. Can you remember how, there's real sort of serious moments where Richard is having, proper serious monologue?
Yes.
And then he ends it with a sort of affable, oh, let's all hug and be friends.
Yes.
Jonathan Bailey could not do that camp.
Right. Okay.
And it was just
Okay.
it's just I don't know if you're purposely making Richard II gay,
Yeah.
but this is how it's coming across.
Right. Okay. Okay.
But yeah, it worked, because those are the moments of brevity, those are the moments of comedic relief.
Yeah.
And because he's sort of serious, oh, camp, of course everyone laughed.
Of course.
So that was good. But then, of course, as I said, I went back to work on the Friday.
Yeah.
And I had 800 emails waiting for me.
What was hilarious was the group chat message about that, because I was like, oh, this is bad.
Because I mistyped and I said 80.
And I was just like, oh,
You're like,
that's all right,
why the fuck are you complaining?
I was like, that makes a change. And then it was 800 star. I was like, oh.
Yeah. I don't know why, but it's getting worse each time I go away.
Yeah.
And now I have a question for you, Paddy.
Yeah.
Is it shallow of me? I mean, yes, the answer is yes.
Always.
But I want your input.
Okay.
But is it shallow of me to stop talking to a guy because he doesn't understand basic English?
No.
Okay, good.
For context,
For
though.
context, chatting to a guy, and then I was like, oh, it's my first day back after annual leave, and I've got 800 emails waiting for me. It's nice to know that, I get rewarded when I go off on annual leave. Sarcasm.
Yeah.
And he replies going, well, it's nice that you get rewarded. It's the quickest ick I've ever had. I was like, no. Come on, read the message.
Yeah.
That was not like, yay, I'm being rewarded with work. That was like, fuck me, why do I go on annual leave?
Yeah, I'm not being funny. Who wants to be rewarded with more work?
Yeah, exactly. And there was another guy, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, why are we stopping, mate?
Are you breaking down?
I'm going to go around you, buddy. He's just being a dick, I think.
Maybe.
Anyway. Where was I?
Yeah.
So there was another guy.
Yeah.
Chatting to him, and I was chatting to him as I'd gone down to London.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, I've realised I've forgotten my glasses were like that.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, is that really a problem? I was like, well, if my contact lenses fall out, I'm in London and I won't be able to drive home because I'm blind as a bat. Lol.
Yeah.
I know blind as a bat is a saying.
Yes.
You know blind as a bat is a saying.
Batman knows that blind as a bat is a saying.
Yes. He replied going, oh my god, I didn't realise you were blind. How are you messaging me?
Oh, people!
Wait, what? And he's like, do you have a cane? Do you have a dog? And I was like, I'm just going to shut this conversation down.
Le block.
Like, how... Like, I know I'm a bit of a stickler for English, and I know Hufflepuff is really... Like, when she hears it, she's going to be like, completely agree.
Yeah, 100%.
100%. Or as I'm now going to start calling her, the fucking Oracle. But yeah, I was just like, no, if you don't know basic English idioms,
no.
I don't want to know, because I live by idioms.
Yeah.
So, of course, the next thing is I have parking at my house, standard.
Yes.
I was told it's one parking space per household.
Indeed.
And I've noticed a couple of households are starting to sneak in a second car.
Oh, okay.
And why I'm bringing this up is because in true Britich form, no one's calling them out on it, no one's leaving notes.
Yep, classic.
It's just everyone's starting to park passive-aggressively. So, like, everyone's starting to park diagonally. And, like, going across, like, 2 spaces.
Right.
And I'm just like, can we not just all, like, talk this out? Because I've got a choice. My parking spot is, like, right up in the corner.
It's not an ideal parking spot.
It's not an ideal parking spot, but hey, we live.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like right up in the corner. I can't do anything, but it's just funny to watch like all these people get like proper passive aggressive over parking spots.
Yeah.
And there was something else, but once again, standard traditional format for me.
Yes.
I have forgotten.
Yes.
Yes. So I'm going to pass it on to you, Paddy. How have you been?
I've been well. Obscurely odd quiet week. But I think that's because next week is the other bank holiday.
Yes.
And as well as half term.
Yes.
So we've had the usual idiots in.
Yeah.
As you do. Like we just draw the idiots in. I don't know why. I don't know what they have that attracts us to my work, but they just come to my work and I have to deal with them, and it's just grating on me.
Could it be that considering supposedly your place of work is haunted?
Yes, maybe.
Could it be the spirits?
It could be.
Making them go all loopy?
It could be. It could be that. It could be them possessing their bodies and then turning them into idiots.
Yes.
But I had this classic older couple walk in the other day, and they just stared at me for 2 seconds, like you know what, like they were just staring, and I was just like, "Hello, you okay?" They were like, "Can we have tea?" I was like, "Yeah, of course you can. Like, no trouble at all. Like, take a seat. Is it definitely tea for 2, or does like one of you want coffee or whatever?" They said, "No, tea for 2," and I went, "Okay, no problem." So I went off and I made the pot of tea, as you do, blah, 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 bring it over on the tray, pull the cups and saucers down, teapot, milk, put the sugar down. She pushes it away. She goes, "We won't be needing that." I was like, okay, that's fine, no sugar, whatever you like. You could have just left it there, it doesn't matter. Take the sugar back out the back, come back to behind the bar, and then I just come around the corner, and as I come around the corner, they're staring at me. And I'm like, have I got something on my face? Like, I know I've just had breakfast, maybe I have some ketchup in my beard, it would be the first time. Like, you know, like, is there something? And they just stare at me, and they were like, good. You know, like a solid, it feels like it's an hour, but it's only been like 30 seconds.
Uh-huh.
But they're just staring, and they're just staring, and they're staring, and I'm like, are you okay? And they went, so do you do scones or anything? I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
No.
Just ask the question.
They wanted afternoon tea. They didn't just want...
No, this was like 11:30 in the morning.
Late breakfast?
Yeah, but like, so just ask.
Yeah.
Don't just stare at me. I haven't got my crystal ball with me.
But also,
you know
maybe
I mean?
when they've asked, do you do tea? And you've gone, yes, I do tea. Thinking they mean drinks, because that's what tea is. Maybe to them that means tea, cake, scones, tea cakes.
Potentially. However, I'm not,
You are not a
mind
cafe.
reader.
You are not a mind reader, and you're not a cafe.
We are a restaurant, and we serve hot drinks.
Yes.
You know, like, unless you communicate that to me,
Yeah.
I do not know. In the end, they were
Ooh, kitty.
they were fine at the end, and they paid. But you know, when you're just like, and it was just so weird, and it was just like, and then I had like a day of weird people, and then like the missus messaged me, she was like, how's your day going? And I'm just like, I don't know how people survive in life. Like, I can't deal sometimes with the weirdness and how these people live their lives.
Oh no, I love it.
I
love winding them up.
No, but I know it's not even winding them up then. I just don't know how they live day to day. Like, what do they do? How do they survive? What goes through their minds? Like, it just baffles me.
How they survive is because the government has become a nanny state and mollycoddles them.
True. Very true.
Two deer. We're seeing everything tonight.
It's a whirlwind of adventure.
Proper little safari.
Oh dear.
I remembered the other thing, but carry on.
It's fine. You say your thing. Jesus, get the shit out of me. Say your thing. Just say it. I'm done. I'm fine.
I am going to run for Prime Minister.
This is not a good idea.
I'm going to run for Prime Minister on one thing alone. Okay. I will have one policy.
What?
And that policy will be that everyone is allowed to smack a customer once a month.
Once a month?
Once a month.
Oh, I want it to be once a week.
No, once a month, because then you're not getting malicious and everything.
Okay, once a month.
Once a month.
I already know who I'm slapping first.
It has to be a customer, not a co-worker.
Oh, yeah. I've got a long list of customers.
But yeah, my reasoning for this is a couple of days ago I had an email from a customer going, oh, can you help us get 2 pallets from China? And I replied back going, what do you want us to do?
Yeah.
And they replied back going, just the customs entry. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll wait for the details. I'll wait for the documents. Then yesterday, got an email not from him, but I wasn't the email wasn't directed to me. I was just in copy.
Yeah.
And it was the person in China going, what's going on? Who's organising this? And then he's replied back to the Chinese seller going, oh, Grain Shipping will organise everything. I'm sorry, mate, you told me we're just doing the customs entry.
Yeah.
Just doing the customs entry and doing everything. Two separate things. And so I was like, nah, I'm not doing it. And I completely ignored the email for the whole day. It's like, nah. You told me I was only doing the customs entry. And I'm just sitting there going, I would love to slap this guy right now.
Yeah.
I mean, he's already wound me up a couple of times way before.
Of course.
But this is when I was like, I should run for Prime Minister, and my one policy will be, everyone gets to slap a customer once a month.
Yeah. You'd be voted in.
I would be voted in by, just purely retail and hospitality staff.
Yeah. And there's a lot of us. There's a lot of us.
What are your policies on energy and the climate and financial things?
They're fucked.
Let you slap a customer once a month.
Once a month.
And I'm not talking just a little tap. I'm talking about they have to stand there, stock still, and you can wind it up and, you know, put the chalk on your hands and everything.
Yeah.
Like those proper, like, slapping competitions.
I fucking love watching them. I get so invested. I'm like, whoa, what a slap that was.
Yeah. But yeah, that would be my one policy.
Yeah.
And I would be voted in with a landslide.
Yeah, you would win. You would so win.
Anyway, back to you. That was my...
It was a very good point, and it needed to be made. Yeah, like, I've completely lost my whole train of thought. However, I don't think I have much else to say, because I haven't had really, apart from people being weird, I haven't really had...
You're now thinking of who you'd want to slap this month.
I already know who I want to slap, and it would probably slap that person every month.
The thing is...
There's just one guy that comes in.
Yeah.
And he is literally so fucking hated by the whole team. Even the chefs. The chefs don't even have to be served by him. They just fucking hate him.
You mean don't have to serve him?
Yeah.
Not served by him.
Yeah, sorry.
But anyway.
that.
Yeah. But the thing is say if, and you, like, because it, you know, once a month, so it restarts every month.
Yeah.
It's like the first or the second of the month, and a really annoying customer comes in, and then you then got the dilemma of, do I give up my slap for the month? Or do I hold on to it? Just in case someone even stupider comes along.
No.
And I think if everyone's at risk of getting slapped, you won't have so many stupid questions.
But my guy that I'm thinking of doesn't think that his questions are stupid. He thinks he's the kind of guy that everything he says is gospel.
Right.
So that means he will constantly be slapped.
Yes.
There will be a queue to slap this motherfucker.
But then hopefully, because obviously positive reinforcement hasn't worked for him.
No?
So maybe a bit of physical negative reinforcement.
Yes. Might suddenly make him realise. Hence why I should be voted in as Prime Minister. I'm sick of this movement. We should start a petition.
I should call it the Common Sense Party.
Yes.
The logo will be a hand, and it comes ready to slap you around the fucking face.
We can have a little whoosh.
Little whoosh.
Smear from us. Oh, God, right.
It's starting. It's the thing.
starting.
The
It's
Common Sense
happening.
Party.
Let us know down below if we should be doing this. And I think we will get people going. I think we will get people doing that. Oh, God. Right.
Imagine getting an email, right? You know, someone has put a request in to the police for you to be slapped. You need to be at this address at this time.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you will be arrested and tried. That'd be brilliant. Anyway.
Yeah, that needs to happen.
Shall we get back on track?
Let's get back on track. Let's talk film. So we've just been to the regional premiere.
Yes.
Of Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning.
Yes. The reckoning that is final.
Starring a geezer called apparently Tom Cruise.
No more reckonings.
Yep. The reckonings are over.
Yes.
I shall go first. I think you went first last time.
No, you went first last time, but I think you want to go first with this one, so...
Oh, no, I thought I made you go last time. For accounting.
Yes.
Yeah, so that means I have to go first.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah, let's just go with it.
Okay. I love the Mission Impossible franchise. I love the movies. Last one was a little bit of a letdown. However, I do feel like this movie was back on track. I enjoyed this. It was 3 hours long. I didn't feel like it was 3 hours long because I wasn't bored.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like with the last one there was bits that I got bored in. However, I didn't feel bored in this one.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the pacing was good.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the stunts were good. The acting was good. The action was good. The humour was the right level of humour, which I feel like they missed out of the last one. I don't feel there was enough humour in the last one.
Yeah.
I know I'm comparing it to the last one, but it is technically part 1 and part 2.
Yes.
I know they rebranded it to call it The Final Reckoning instead of Dead Reckoning Part 2 because they realised that they fucked up by calling the first one Part 1. But I enjoyed this film. thought the direction was good. I thought the CGI was good. You know, the action, the story beats. Like, the bringing in certain casts, bringing back legacy characters, like things like that, without trying to give away too many spoilers. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. Like, I thought that in the sense of like direction, like the underwater bit, like the fact that there was like it was silent. You know, like because sometimes sometimes with movies they obviously have a lot like music and scoring and soundtracks, and sometimes like I enjoy it when movies do no music if it's in the right place, in the right place. And I thought that was like the right place to do those bits. I enjoyed it overall. I had no qualms, I guess, for me. I can't think of any negatives at this moment in time. I'd definitely go watch it again. I'd like to go watch it again. Just to kind of like dissect it more. But overall, I enjoyed it. I have no issues with it. Ben, your thoughts?
Yes, so I'm going to start this out by saying I did enjoy it.
Yeah.
I thought it was very well done. The set pieces were amazing. You know, as you said, the pacing was very good. It went from one thing to another, to another, to another.
Yeah.
All very good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. But
the thing that makes spy films and heist films and these kind of films work are the stakes.
yes.
And my big problem with this, and also the previous one, I don't know, and I've only seen the last 3 Mission Impossible, so I don't know if this is a Mission Impossible staple, but they do, like, this one and Dead Reckoning Part 1, they did a little sort of, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, a rush of all the sort of set pieces at the start of the film. Like, a montage. That's it. Like, they do, like, a montage of what's to come.
That's in every single movie.
In everything.
In like the opening credits, they show the whole movie.
Yeah.
But you do it's almost like spoilers. I get what you mean.
Yeah, and that kind of ruins the stakes for me because I'm sitting there going, because as you said, the underwater part was really good. I really enjoyed the underwater part, but I was sitting there going, well, I know he's going to survive because I've seen it in the montage.
Well, yeah,
and it's kind of it detracts it a little bit. If I want to be on the edge of my seat going, oh my god, is he going to survive?
Yeah.
They need to cut that. The same with the trailers, the same with like the imagery, because of course the imagery for this one is him hanging off the plane.
Yeah.
And of course, until that scene turns up, you're like, well, I know he's going to survive everything else up to then.
Yeah.
Because I've seen him on the plane.
Yeah.
And so it's like, if I was in control of these kind of films, I would get rid of that little montage thing. I would make sure the trailers and the imagery is all from like the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So then after that, you're like, well, shit, is he going to die? Is he not going to die? What's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Because it's just, it lowers the stakes for me because I'm like, well, I know what's going to happen. I know it's fine. And I get that that's, sometimes that's actually a story bite in itself. Shakespeare did it himself. Shakespeare would have a narrator of some of the plays come out and basically tell you what's going to happen in the play.
Yeah.
But once again, even then, for Shakespeare, a guy I fucking love because I did theatre, it still reduces the stakes for me. I'm like, well, I know what's going to happen now.
Yeah.
Personally, I think for Shakespeare, it was because his plays were like 4 or 5 hours long, and if he didn't do that, people would be like, what's going on?
Yeah.
I've forgotten what happened at the start.
Yeah.
Because he would also have people narrators come out regularly, like, 2/3 of the way through and be like, this is what's currently happened, this is what's going to happen. A reminder.
Yeah, I get that.
We get those things, previously on Walking Dead, kind of thing.
Of course.
So yeah, it was just, I enjoyed the film, it was a good film. It's just, the stakes weren't there for me because I knew what was going to happen because I've seen it already.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. But that is just something that they've always done through the movies.
Like I said, I've never seen 1 through 5. See, aren't you proud of me?
Yeah,
I knew that straight away. Only because, of course, we've been, as you said, we went to see the regional premiere, and
They
said, you've done this 8 times now. And I was like, right, so this is the 8th film.
What blew my mind was when they said the date of the first one, and I was like, oh my god, it's been 30 years. 30 years of these movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember watching, like, the first Mission Impossible on, like, VHS.
Yeah.
You know, like, even then, like, I thought it was an amazing film, you know, and even now, like, I think it's a great film.
Yeah.
And it just makes me want to rewatch more.
Is that?
Yeah, like, I see where you're coming from, but that is just something that they've
me, it basically takes me from the first watch to the rewatch. You know, the first time you watch a film, you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You can be taken surprise, you can have those plot twists, you can have those moments. Of course, the second time you watch it, you know those things are going to happen, so you're less likely to have those moments. You're more focused on the intricacies of it.
Yeah.
And I feel like because they show you everything that's going to happen in the title sequence, because they show you what's going to happen in the trailer, because they show you what's going to happen with the imagery of the marketing,
yeah,
it takes that first watch value away for me.
Fair.
And that's like my personal thing.
Yeah, no, I understand where you're coming from on that. Like, it is just like, it's a creative choice to do that for the movies.
It's a creative choice I wouldn't do, but that's me.
Yeah.
Not, you know, and I'm not a filmmaker.
No. But it might be just that's what Mr. Cruise has said. You know what I mean? Like it happened in the first movie, so we're going to do it in this. We're going to do it in this one, and then.
Well, has it been the same director for all the films?
No.
Okay.
So, Macquarie.
Yeah.
He did Fallout onwards.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and talking about, let's bring all the legacy characters back, and yet he doesn't bring Henry Cavill down? 0 out of 10. Like, come on, if you're going to bring characters back, you could at least bring Henry Cavill back.
Well, yeah, apart from his character died.
Oh, yeah.
But then I guess I have a negative.
Go on.
Is that although in the montages of them flashbacking through his life,
Yeah.
they did reference Mission Impossible 2, which I will die on the hill of. That is one of the greatest ones. Don't crash into the Mrs. Car. The only thing is that they reference...
Is that your...
That one's our car.
Yeah, but isn't that your garage as well?
No.
I don't know, have I just been, like, parking up in front of someone else's garage completely?
No.
No, have I taken the turn in too wide?
No.
Okay.
It's just she's got breakfast shifts, so she left the car out.
Yeah, I get that. But...
That's the one you always park in front of. It's just she's left the car out.
Right.
That's why I said don't question it. But the fact that the first movie tied into this, the third, there was decent references to the fourth and the fifth.
Wait, take me a minute, rewind. So, it referenced the second film, but there was something you were upset about.
That it wasn't, that was the only movie that was kind of left out.
Right, okay.
Because critically, everybody thinks it's the worst one. But the true diehard fans know that it's the best. That was my point.
Okay.
I just want to say that. Final thoughts. Jonathan Bailey.
He's a spitter. And I was ready there.
With your cup in hand.
I think I got some on my shoes, so maybe I should sell my shoes.
Should.
800 emails was not fun.
No, it was not. Understand sarcasm, people.
Understand sarcasm and British idioms. If you don't talk to me.
Yeah, because otherwise it's just a complete ick.
Yeah. And Ben for Prime Minister. It needs to let you slap a customer once a month.
It can happen.
And when my ratings start to drop, I'll up it to once a week.
If you have a question, ask it. Don't stare at the fucking person behind the bar, please. Thank you. It's quite off-putting. Thank you. Please don't.
And Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. It's a good film.
It's a good film.
I have no problems with it, apart from my problem with it.
Yeah. Other than that, it's a very good film.
Enjoyed it.
But with that all being said, have you seen Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning? Let us know down below. You can also email us at sliceofriedgoldpod@gmail.com. gmail.com. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell. And if you listen to us on Spotify, please do give us a 5-star review there as well. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next week. Cheers.
Bye, guys.